Ladies and gentlemen, it's a joy to be with you today. Let me ask you something. How many times have you allowed someone's negativity to pull you out of your peace? How often have you let their words or actions rob you of your joy? Too often we find ourselves reacting to things we were never meant to carry. But I'm here to tell you today, in 2025, we're stepping into a new season, one where we don't waste our energy on battles that aren't ours to fight. You see, every reaction costs you something. When you react, you give away your power, your focus, your peace. But when you choose to cut off the noise silently, you rise above the chaos and position yourself for greater things. Protecting your peace is one of the most valuable things you can do in your life. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and constant demands, it's easy to let external circumstances dictate how you feel inside. But true peace doesn't come from everything around you being perfect. It comes from learning how to maintain calm in the midst of imperfection. You can't control how people act, what they say, or what life throws your way, but you can control how you respond. That's where the power lies. Too often we give away our peace to situations or individuals who don't deserve it. Someone says something rude, and instead of letting it go, we stew over it all day. A situation doesn't go as planned, and instead of adjusting, we let frustration take over. We allow outside forces to disturb our inner calm, forgetting that peace is an internal state, not an external one. What happens around you doesn't have to dictate what happens within you. When you guard your peace, you're not just protecting your emotions, protecting your ability to think clearly, make wise decisions, and stay aligned with your purpose. There's a reason peace is often described as priceless. When you have it, you move through life with a sense of clarity and strength that nothing else can provide. When you lose it, everything feels harder, your patience wears thin, your focus scatters, and your energy drains faster than it should. Protecting your peace means recognizing when something or someone is trying to take it away and making a conscious decision to hold on to it anyway. People will always have opinions, and some will try to pull you into unnecessary drama. They may criticize you, misunderstand you, or challenge you in ways that feel personal. It's tempting to react, to defend yourself, to explain your point of view, but more often than not, engaging only escalates the situation. Protecting your peace means being selective about where you invest your energy. Not every comment needs a response. Not every battle needs to be fought. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to stay silent and move on. It's also important to understand that protecting your peace doesn't mean avoiding problems or pretending everything is fine when it isn't. It's about learning to approach challenges with a calm and centered mindset. When you're at peace, you're better equipped to handle difficulties because you're not reacting impulsively. You can think clearly, assess the situation, and respond in a way that aligns with your values. One of the biggest barriers to peace is the tendency to dwell on things that are out of your control. Maybe it's a mistake you made in the past, or a situation where someone hurt you, or uncertainty about the future. When your mind is constantly replaying negative scenarios or worrying about what might happen, it's nearly impossible to feel peaceful. Protecting your peace means letting go of what you can't change and trusting that everything will work out as it should. Another aspect of protecting your peace is setting boundaries. There are people who, whether intentionally or not, bring negativity into your life. They may complain constantly, gossip, or create unnecessary tension. While it's important to show kindness and empathy, it's equally important to recognize when someone is consistently draining your energy. Protecting your peace might mean spending less time with them or limiting the influence they have over your emotions. This isn't about being cold or uncaring. It's about valuing your well-being enough to prioritize it. Life will always present challenges, and it's unrealistic to think that you'll never face situations that test your patience or your peace. But the goal isn't to eliminate challenges, it's to learn how to navigate them without losing your sense of self. When you protect your peace, you're creating a foundation that allows you to move through life with confidence and resilience. Silence is often misunderstood. In a world that values constant communication, quick responses, and instant reaction, silence can feel out of place. But true power often lies in the ability to stay silent, to hold your ground without the need to speak. Silence is not weakness. It is strength in its purest form. When you choose silence, you are choosing control. You are choosing to rise above the noise, to step out of the cycle of reaction, and to remain grounded in your peace and purpose. There is a misconception that silence means acceptance or agreement, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Silence can be a statement in itself. It can say, I'm not going to engage in this, or your words won't have power over me. When you respond with silence, you take control of the narrative. You're not allowing someone else's negativity to dictate your energy or mood. Instead, you're maintaining your position, refusing to be pulled into a situation that doesn't serve you. The beauty of silence is that often speaks louder than words. When you choose not to react, you're giving yourself the chance to observe, to process, and to decide what's truly worth your attention. Too often, we react in the moment without considering the long-term impact of our words or actions. Silence creates space for thought. It gives you the time to evaluate whether something even deserves a response. Not every situation needs your input, and not every conflict needs your involvement. Choosing silence also protects your energy. When you engage in unnecessary arguments or debates, you're pouring energy into something that may not yield any positive outcome. Silence allows you to conserve that energy and redirect it toward things that matter: your growth, your goals, and your happiness. It's a way of saying, I value my peace too much to let this disrupt it. That decision to remain silent is an act of self-care, a declaration that your well-being takes precedence over external distractions. Silence can also be a tool for disarming negativity. When someone tries to provoke you, they often expect a reaction. They're looking for validation, for proof that they've gotten under your skin. By choosing silence, you deny that satisfaction. You're showing that their words or actions hold no power over you. This isn't about ignoring problems or avoiding confrontation when it's necessary. It's about recognizing when a reaction would only add fuel to the fire. There's a certain dignity in silence. It demonstrates self-control and emotional maturity. When you remain silent in the face of negativity, you're showing that you're not controlled by your emotions or by external circumstances. You're choosing to rise above, to stay calm and composed even when others are trying to pull you down. This kind of restraint isn't easy, but it's a skill that can be developed with practice. Silence also allows you to listen more effectively. In moments of conflict or tension, the instinct is often to defend ourselves, to speak up and be heard. But sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to listen. When you stay silent, you give yourself the opportunity to truly understand what's happening around you. You can pick up on things that you might miss if you were too focused on responding. Silence creates a space for insight and understanding, which can lead to better outcomes in the long run. The power of silence isn't limited to external situations. It also applies to your inner world. When you're constantly reacting, constantly speaking, there's little room for reflection. Silence gives you the chance to tune into yourself, to hear your own thoughts and feelings without the noise of the outside world. It's in those quiet moments that you can gain clarity, that you can reconnect with your purpose and realign with your values. In a society that often encourages over-communication, silence can feel uncomfortable at first. But as you begin to embrace it, you'll start to notice its transformative power. You'll realize that silence isn't empty. It's full of possibility. It's a space where you can choose where you can protect your peace and where you can maintain control over your own energy and emotions. Silence is a reminder that you don't have to react to everything that comes your way. That sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply let it go. Walking away gracefully is an art, a powerful tool for maintaining your peace and protecting your emotional well-being. It's not about giving up or avoiding difficult situations. It's about choosing to disengage from circumstances that no longer serve your growth or happiness. There's strength in recognizing when a relationship, argument, or situation has run its course and deciding to walk away with dignity and grace. It's a decision that reflects self-respect and a deep understanding of your worth. When you walk away gracefully, you're not allowing yourself to be dragged into unnecessary conflict. Too often, people feel compelled to prove their point or fight battles that don't need to be fought. But in doing so, they expend energy that could be better spent on things that truly matter. Walking away doesn't mean you're weak or that you've lost. It means you're wise enough to know when to step back and prioritize your peace over the need to be right. Graceful exits require emotional maturity. It's easy to leave a situation in anger, slamming doors and burning bridges. But walking away gracefully means doing so without hostility, bitterness, or resentment. It means leaving without creating more damage, without saying things you might regret later. This kind of composure shows that you're in control of your emotions, that you're not reacting impulsively, but instead acting with intention and purpose. There's also a certain power in the way you walk away. When you choose not to engage in unnecessary drama, you're sending a clear message. You're valuing your peace and well-being above the chaos. You're demonstrating that you don't need to prove yourself to anyone, that you're confident in who you are and what you stand for. This kind of self-assurance is magnetic. It shows others that you're not easily shaken or drawn into situations that don't align with your value. Walking away gracefully also allows you to preserve your dignity and self-respect. When you stay in a toxic situation too long, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, or even a work environment, it can start to wear you down. It can make you question your worth or compromise your boundaries. By leaving with grace, you're affirming your value or refusing to settle for less than you deserve. You're saying, I choose to remove myself from this because I know I'm worth more. It's important to note that walking away gracefully doesn't mean you're avoiding responsibility or running away from challenges. There's a difference between facing a necessary confrontation and staying in a situation that's harmful or unproductive. Walking away gracefully means you've assessed the situation, recognized that staying would do more harm than good, and made a conscious choice to step back. It's a thoughtful and deliberate decision, not an impulsive one. One of the greatest benefits of walking away gracefully is the peace it brings. When you leave without anger or resentment, you're not carrying that negativity with you. You're not replaying the argument in your head or harboring grudges. Instead, you're free to move forward, to focus on what's ahead rather than what's behind. This kind of closure allows you to heal, to grow, and to create space for better opportunities and relationships in your life. Walking away gracefully also sets a powerful example for others. It shows that it's possible to disengage from negativity without creating more conflict. It demonstrates that you can prioritize your well-being without resorting to hostility or revenge. This kind of behavior can inspire those around you to approach their own challenges with more composure and intentionality. There will always be situations in life where walking away is the best choice. It might be a conversation that's turning into an argument, a relationship that's become toxic, or a job that no longer aligns with your goals. In these moments, it can be tempting to stay, to fight, to prove a point. But sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to step away, to let go, and to trust that by doing so, you're making room for something better. When you walk away gracefully, you're choosing to protect your energy, to honor your boundaries, and to prioritize your well-being. It's a decision that requires courage, self-awareness, and emotional strength. It's about recognizing that you can't control other people or situations, but you can control how you respond. And sometimes the best response is to simply walk away. Focusing on growth is one of the most empowering decisions you can make for yourself. It's a mindset that shifts your attention away from distractions and negativity, redirecting it toward progress and self-improvement. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It requires intention, effort, and a willingness to let go of the things that no longer serve you. When you prioritize your growth, you're choosing to invest in your future rather than staying stuck in the past or fixated on unproductive situations. Growth begins with self-awareness. It requires an honest assessment of where you are and where you want to be. This isn't always easy, as it means confronting your weaknesses and recognizing areas where you need to improve. But self-awareness is the foundation of all growth. Without it, you can't identify the changes you need to make or the habits you need to develop. It's about understanding your strengths, acknowledging your limitations, and being willing to put in the work to become better. Focusing on growth also means being intentional about how you spend your time and energy. It's easy to get caught up in distractions, whether it's unnecessary arguments, toxic relationships, or mindless activities that don't contribute to your development. But when you're committed to growth, you become more mindful of where your focus goes. You start prioritizing activities that help you learn, evolve, and move closer to your goals. This might mean dedicating time to reading, learning new skills, or surrounding yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. A growth-focused mindset also involves letting go of the need for perfection. Growth is a process, not a destination, and it's often messy and uncomfortable. There will be setbacks, mistakes, and moments of doubt. But these challenges are not signs of failure. They're opportunities to learn and grow stronger. Embracing imperfection allows you to take risks, try new things, and step out of your comfort zone. It's in these moments of discomfort that the most significant growth happens. Another crucial aspect of focusing on growth is learning to take responsibility for your life. It's easy to blame external factors for your circumstances, but growth requires accountability. It means recognizing that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can control how you respond. This shift in perspective empowers you to take charge of your life and make the changes necessary to achieve your goals. Focusing on growth also means being patient with yourself. Change doesn't happen overnight, and growth is rarely a linear process. There will be times when progress feels slow or non-existent, but it's important to remember that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Patience allows you to stay committed to the journey, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Another essential element of growth is learning from your experiences. Every challenge, failure, and success holds valuable lessons that can help you improve and move forward. When you approach life with a growth mindset, you start to see obstacles as opportunities for learning rather than as barriers. You become more resilient, more adaptable, and better equipped to handle whatever comes your way. Focusing on growth also involves setting goals and creating a vision for your future. Clear goals give you direction and motivation, helping you stay focused on what truly matters. They provide a roadmap for your journey, giving you something to work toward and measure your progress against. But growth isn't just about achieving external milestones. It's also about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about cultivating qualities like kindness, patience, and gratitude, and building a life that aligns with your values. When you focus on growth, you also begin to attract opportunities and people who align with your journey. Your energy shifts and you become more open to new possibilities. Growth creates momentum, and as you take steps forward, doors that you never even knew existed start to open. This doesn't mean the path will always be easy, but it does mean that the efforts you put into your growth will be rewarded in ways you might not have anticipated. Growth is a deeply personal journey, and it looks different for everyone. What matters most is that you're moving forward, even if the progress feels slow. By focusing on growth, you're making a commitment to yourself, to your potential, to your dreams, and to the life you want to create. It's a decision to prioritize what truly matters and to let go of anything that doesn't contribute to your development. Choosing your battles is one of the most important lessons you can learn in life. Not every issue, disagreement, or conflict is worth your time and energy. It's easy to get pulled into arguments or situations that seem important in the moment but ultimately don't matter in the long run. Learning to discern what deserves your attention and what doesn't is a skill that can save you a great deal of stress and emotional exhaustion. There is a natural tendency to want to defend yourself, prove your point, or correct others when you feel wronged. But reacting to every slight or misunderstanding often leads to unnecessary frustration. Not every comment needs a response, and not every disagreement needs to be resolved. When you choose your battles wisely, you conserve your energy for the things that truly matter. You begin to understand that peace of mind is more valuable than being right in every situation. Choosing your battles is about perspective. It's about taking a step back and asking yourself, is this worth my time? Will this matter tomorrow, next week, or even next year? Many conflicts are fleeting and insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Reacting to them only prolongs their presence in your life. By letting go of the trivial and focusing on what truly matters, you free yourself from unnecessary burdens and create space for positivity and progress. This mindset doesn't mean you avoid every challenge or back down from situations that require your attention. It means being intentional about where you invest your energy. Some battles are worth fighting because they align with your values, protect your boundaries, or contribute to your growth. These are the moments when standing your ground is necessary. But even in these cases, the way you approach the battle matters. Remaining calm, composed, and focused ensures that you handle the situation effectively without letting it consume you. It's also important to recognize the role that emotions play in choosing battles. When emotions are running high, it's easy to feel that everything is a big deal. But reacting impulsively can often escalate situations unnecessarily. Taking a moment to pause, breathe, and reflect allows you to evaluate the situation more objectively. You can ask yourself whether the issue truly deserves your energy or if it's something that can be let go. This pause can make all the difference in how you handle conflicts. Choosing your battles also involves understanding the dynamics of the people involved. Some individuals thrive on conflict and may try to draw you into arguments for their own satisfaction. Engaging with such people often leads nowhere and only drains your energy. Recognizing these patterns allows you to disengage and prioritize your peace. It's not about ignoring problems or avoiding confrontation, but about knowing when engaging will lead to a productive outcome and when it won't. Another aspect of choosing your battles is focusing on long-term goals rather than short-term frustrations. When you're clear on what you want to achieve, it becomes easier to let go of distractions that don't align with your vision. For example, minor inconveniences or misunderstandings become less significant when you're focused on building something meaningful. This clarity helps you stay grounded and prevents you from being pulled in multiple directions by unimportant issues. Choosing your battles is also a form of self-care. When you constantly engage in conflict, it takes a toll on your mental and emotional well-being. By deciding not to fight every battle, you're prioritizing your health and happiness. You're acknowledging that not every situation requires your involvement and that sometimes walking away is the best choice for your own peace. This doesn't mean you're avoiding responsibility. It means you're being responsible with your energy and emotions. It's also worth considering the value of relationships when choosing battles. In personal and professional relationships, not every disagreement needs to be turned into a confrontation. Sometimes maintaining harmony is more important than proving a point. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or avoiding important conversations, but it does mean being thoughtful about when and how you address conflicts. Picking battles that truly matter can strengthen relationships rather than strain them. Ultimately, choosing your battles is about living intentionally. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are limited resources and deciding to use them wisely. It's about letting go of the small stuff and focusing on what aligns with your values, goals, and purpose. When you master the art of choosing your battles, you create a life that's not only more peaceful, but also more meaningful. Letting go of negativity is one of the most liberating decisions you can make for yourself. Negativity has a way of weighing you down, draining your energy, and clouding your perspective. It can come in many forms: past regrets, hurtful words, toxic relationships, or even your own self-doubt. When you hold on to negativity, it becomes a barrier between you and the life you truly want to live. Letting it go is not about denying its existence, but about refusing to let it control you. The first step in letting go of negativity is acknowledging its presence. Often, negativity takes root without us even realizing it. It might manifest as persistent self-criticism, a grudge against someone, or a tendency to expect the worst. Recognizing these patterns is essential because you can't let go of what you don't acknowledge. Being honest with yourself about where negativity exists in your life is the beginning of the process. Once you've identified the negativity, the next step is understanding its source. Sometimes it stems from external circumstances like difficult relationships or challenging environments. Other times it comes from within, driven by fears, insecurities, or past traumas. Understanding where the negativity originates helps you address it more effectively. It's not about blaming yourself or others, but about gaining clarity so you can take steps to release it. Letting go of negativity requires a conscious decision to release what no longer serves you. This decision isn't always easy because in some cases, negativity can feel familiar or even comfortable. It can be tempting to hold on to grudges or replay past mistakes, but doing so only perpetuates the cycle. Choosing to let go is an act of courage and self-compassion. It's about prioritizing your well-being over the temporary comfort of clinging to old patterns. One powerful way to release negativity is through forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't about excusing harmful behavior or pretending that it didn't happen. It's about freeing yourself from the hold that anger, resentment, or pain has over you. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself, a way to reclaim your peace and move forward without the weight of the past. It doesn't mean you have to reconcile with those who hurt you. It simply means you're choosing not to let their actions define your happiness. Another important aspect of letting go of negativity is changing your perspective. Often negativity thrives when we focus on what's wrong rather than what's right. Shifting your attention to gratitude can transform your mindset. By acknowledging the good in your life, even amidst challenges, you create space for positivity to grow. Gratitude doesn't erase difficulties, but it helps you see beyond them, reminding you of the blessings and opportunities that exist. Letting go of negativity also involves setting boundaries. Sometimes negativity comes from people or situations that drain your energy. It's important to recognize when certain relationships or environments are toxic and take steps to protect yourself. This might mean distancing yourself from negative influences or saying no to things that compromise your peace. Setting boundaries is not about shutting people out, but about creating a space where you can thrive. Practicing mindfulness is another powerful tool for letting go of negativity. Negativity often thrives in the past or the future, dwelling on past mistakes or worrying about what might happen. Mindfulness brings you back to the present moment where you have the power to choose how you respond. By focusing on the here and now, you can break free from the cycle of negative thinking and cultivate a sense of calm and clarity. It's also important to surround yourself with positivity. The people you spend time with and the environments you immerse yourself in have a significant impact on your mindset. Seek out relationships and activities that uplift you and bring joy to your life. Positive influences can inspire you, encourage your growth, and remind you of what's possible when you let go of negativity. Letting go of negativity is a process, not an instant transformation. It requires patience and persistence, especially if negativity has been a long-standing part of your life. There will be moments when old patterns resurface, and that's okay. What matters is your commitment to the journey and your willingness to keep moving forward. Each step you take toward releasing negativity is a step closer to a lighter, freer, and more fulfilling life.